welcome back to the channel. Today you join me in Cardiff in Wales. We're off on a little jolly to see a friend of mine who's got a couple of classic cars, and we're hopefully going to do a road test, weather permitting. Left at 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 10 past 8, so we've done some miles, but yeah, we're almost there, so we'll catch up with my mate in a second and get a cup of tea. Catch you in a sec. Woo! So what we're looking at here, guys, is the Wolseley Hornet. Released back in 1961, both this and the Riley Elf were designed to be more luxurious versions of the original Mini. They had slightly different front wings and a larger boot, which gave the car a more conventional 3-box design look. And both cars incorporated the rubber hydroelastic system. The Hornet went down the route of being designed towards the average family man, whereas the Riley was the sportier of the two and the more expensive car. The way to tell the two vehicles apart was actually by their dashboard. While the Riley got a full width dash, the Hornet got a simpler and much more cheap and cost effective centre binnacle. Remarkably, in 1966 the food giant Heinz commissioned Crayford Engineering to build 57 convertibles, and some of which actually survive to this day. Under the bonnet, the Elf and Hornet initially had an 848cc 34 brake horsepower engine, and latterly in 1963 the Mark II was fitted with a 998cc engine, which increased the car's top speed from 71 to 77 miles an hour. Bringing the car up to date in 1966 was the Mark III facelift, which included wind-up windows and fresh air vents. Production of both models ceased in 1969. Well guys, I've made it to Cardiff. This, I'm delighted to introduce you to, is Duffy, the 1965 Wolseley Hornet. What a fantastic thing. We'll catch up with its owner Will in a second, but without further ado, let's have a look around the car. I did that in one without f***ing my lines up, that's a first. Right, this is Will. Hello Will.
Hiya.
Hello. So this isn't your first car, is it? You've got several others.
A couple of others. My first car was a 79 Mini 850, which I still got, albeit in bit. I've got a sort of, it's 999 Rover Mini as well, which is on the road, but it's having a few running issues at the moment, with it being sort of fuel injected and having an ECU and things like that. So that one's getting there, slowly but surely. But that one's in a lot nicer condition than this one, bodywork wise. This is the scruffiest one, but this is a car which I'm pretty much using every single day. It's running the 998, still on leaded petrol. It's pretty much exactly as it was when it left the factory, really. Yeah. But as I said, obviously the front grille design on the Kestrels and the Hornets and the Elves pretty much always stayed the same. It never really changed very much. And this car specifically is virtually identical to the Riley Elves, with the exception of some interior bits and pretty much sort of a lighter badge, really. The Rileys were designed to be the sportier one. They were a little bit more expensive, but mechanically I believe they were virtually identical as well.
What drives someone your age towards a classic car over, say, like a Peugeot 106 or...
I've always liked classic cars. I think they're a little bit different. I do like working on them. It helps, although I pretty much use this car all the time. Yeah. Should any of the cars not work, I don't need a car for my job personally. I don't need my own car for my job. Yeah. So I can kind of get away with it a little bit more. I just think they look quite cool. I think you get more attention in this really than you do in a supercar, which isn't the reason why I got them. It's just it's something I didn't quite realise when I was going to get into them. But it's quite cool to sort of see. It puts a smile on people's faces, which is nice as well.
Absolutely. And does your love of sort of classic cars come from your sort of family? That is your mum?
Yeah, it was my granddad's fault. He always had E-Type Sunbeam Tigers, sort of Sunbeam Alpines, things like that. And it's when I found he had a Sunbeam Tiger, which is like a Sunbeam Alpine, but it's got a V8 in it. It's Shell Kelby's little bit of sort of an influence on it, and it sort of had fins on it, and it sounded amazing and everything else. And I thought, oh, I want one of those on a moulder. I want something a bit different, something a bit cool. Anyway, looked into minis as I got a little bit older, and they were quite expensive. They were a little bit sort of out of my price range. But I found this one, which was a little bit cheaper, needed a bit of work doing to it. I mean, on that note, I've done quite a bit of work to this to get it up to standard. Underneath, it's all been protected, and had repainted underneath as well. So
that was going to be my next question. Have you done much to this car?
Yeah, a little bit. Suspension needed a bit of work when I bought it. The brakes have had to have a lot of work. We've pretty much changed just about every single wheel cylinder on the car. We've rebled the brakes a couple of times now just to try and find out what was the cause of a spongy pedal. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think the brakes maybe want another bleed now after a few more miles, but we're getting there with it. That's sort of
it seemed alright. Alex gave you a hand.
Yeah, and it was thanks to Alex I managed to get this car to the Isle of Wight, which is sort of the furthest I've been in it. And I got really lucky with that day. We had nice weather for it. It was for a classic car weekend, so should anything gone wrong, you've got people around you to sort of help you out as well, which is really
Alex.
Nice.
It's Alex.
Thanks, Alex. But as I said, so we've done a little bit of work to the brakes since then as well. Sort of wear and tear things, I suppose, from using a car that didn't do much mileage, I guess, over the last sort of few years.
Did you say you're the third owner?
Yeah, pretty much the third owner. The guy I bought it off was an absolute legend, proper car enthusiast as well, and it seemed to be in pretty much sort of local hands most of its life. Registered in Brighton from memory, brand new. I bought it from sort of Bedfordshire way, sort of up to that way, so it didn't really move much in its life. But obviously it's sort of almost on holiday now in South Wales, so it's travelled a little bit.
Awesome.
Now, and I've obviously done, I think at my last checkup, I think I did almost 4,000 miles in it now, which is pretty good going for a car at this age and things like that. So there's still bits I want to change on it. The interior has always been something I wanted to do, but I've done quite a bit. I think it looks quite cool as it is. I do like the slightly flaky paintwork. It means I feel like I can use it a little bit more if it was completely
It's always the danger of having a classic car. How far do you go with restoration? Because you think it get to a point where you're sort of too scared to use it.
Yeah, for me, I'd like to do the interior. I'd like to do the engine, and then maybe the bodywork will come over time. You know, maybe a full repaint when it does need it. But I like the sort of look at it. I think a lot of people do. It's
definitely.
I mean, it's 61 years old this year. It's not doing too badly. It's doing quite well, I think.
Apparently, there's quite a sad-looking Rover 75 down here. So, that was quite sad.
Yeah.
Can't really show you because it's on someone's driveway. But are there any other makes and models of vehicles you got your sort of sights on?
I like pretty much everything. It's with me. It's very much British Leyland stuff generally, BMC stuff. But at the same time, I also like 50s American things and bits like that as well. This is a really weird junction, so they're turning right.
It
but
is
I'll
a
let
bit of
them
a
know
weird junction. So
first.
you've got someone immediately on your left, priority to them.
Ben turning right. Go on. He's not turning right, is he?
Loving them.
Yeah.
Hornet.
Oh, it gets a lot of attention. Does your Allegro get a lot of attention now as well?
Yeah, mostly at petrol stations. Why the fuck have you got one of those?
Is it? Well, why not? They're cooler than any modern
Best
car.
comment I had was they were rubbish when they were new.
So it must have put a smile on their face.
Absolutely.
It must have,
No, it did, to be fair. It did. Yeah, no, I think the Allegro's reached a sort of certain age now. People aren't as harsh about it as they used to be.
Yeah.
And we're back in the room.
I was going to say there's you get half the people who say with this, oh, nice Mini, and then some people go, oh, what the hell's that?
So what part of Cardiff is this?
This is Whitchurch, this is. So
Whitchurch.
this specifically is Whitchurch Village, where we're driving around now. There's a show in the library park behind by there, which is really, really good. Now, a bit of a heads up, there will be some classics on the corner here. There's a few MGBs either side, so there's some on the corner by there, and there's usually a Willys Jeep off to the right by here, so keep an eye out. There's no one behind me, so I'll drop the speed. Right, we're turning up this way anyway. Oh, right, under that cover is a Willys Jeep, and two MGs by there, B-Reg and a K-Reg, which is kind of cool. We'll go up here. Roads are dead on, to be fair.
Yeah. We're lucky, really.
Go on a drive towards Llandaff, I think, which is not nice necessarily to drive around, but it's a very nice place to sort of drive the classic through, I suppose. It's quite old around there. It's old. You can tell it's the type of place that hasn't really changed in a couple of 100 years.
As always, guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and thank you to Will for showing me around your lovely car.
No problem. Anytime.
Cheers, buddy. All right. I've got a long drive back home to Bournemouth, so without further ado, yeah, you know what I mean. Goodbye.